Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Very Weird Stream Part 1. So, to prime us for Part 2, we're going to start with some very weird games. The first one we're starting with is Superstorm Melon Date, where I will attempt to seduce a watermelon in a toxic wasteland. And that watermelon may or may not have psychic powers. The description was confusing. Let's begin. For 50 years, Earth environment has been rapidly changing. Superstorms occur every couple of months, shutting down entire cities and trapping people in storm shelters for weeks at a time. This erratic weather also causes food shortages. New foods are being engineered to meet the demand, but they are untested and dangerous. Holy shit. From eating these mutant foods, humans have developed severe allergies. This is especially true for children, many of whom spend their times in and out of hospitals. Christ! Considering the risk and expense of a human child, many parents choose to raise lab-grown children made from a mixture of human and melon DNA. Alright. These melon people are called mellows. After 2 generations, they outnumber the human population of Earth. Nonetheless, humans and mellows usually live in segregation. Hello, Spelunky! This is a dating sim. This is a dating sim, Spelunky. We're playing a dating sim about seducing a melon person. Good morning. You live the rare, pleasant life of a healthy human in a predominantly human neighborhood. You still have worries, though. The superstorms are always getting worse, and every day life in your storm shelter gets lonelier and more confining. You heard me, Spelunky. My PFP is a mellow. Fair enough. How much longer can you live like this? Alright. Superstorm Lorraine is finally over. You were stuck in your storm shelter alone for 4 agonizing weeks. You're out now, but who knows how long you have before the next superstorm. You had better make it the most of it. Okay, so we better make the most of our time before the next superstorm and we have to go back to our storm shelter. While sitting in your shelter, listening to your pumping system drain the water from your walls, you made a promise to yourself. Before the next superstorm, you need to meet someone special. Maybe being sealed in a subterranean bunker won't be as bad if you aren't alone. You haven't even scraped the smashed birds off your storm shutters before you've already put your profile on several internet dating sites. What? What? The superstorms have been pretty regular this year, so you don't have any time to waste. The next one might only be a month or 2 away. You haven't dated much in the past year. Scanning through various dating profiles, you are surprised that so many of them are for mellows. In fact, there are hardly any humans at all. Okay, so I've seen dating simulators for seducing birds, and I've seen them for seducing cats. This is the first time I've seen one for seducing fruits. You suppose it makes sense. Only really rich people can afford human children. The fact that most of the people in your neighborhood are humans is actually kind of weird. Dun dun dun. Since mellows are created in labs, a lot of older humans are prejudiced against them. You don't know any mellows, but you aren't the type to discriminate. You find the profile of a cute mellow and send them a message. Holy shit. Their name is Melodious. Or is it Melonnaise? I'm going Melonnaise. Their name is Melonnaise, but they insist you call them Mel. After a few text conversations, you decide to meet. You ask Mel where they want to go. You aren't really sure how dating works these days. Mel, text message. I've been stuck in a shelter for a month, so anywhere sounds good to me. How about we get dinner? No reason to be too creative on the first date. You choose the place, though. I don't need that sort of pressure. Smiley emoji. Choose somewhere casual, choose somewhere fancy. Well, it's the first date, so we'll go casual. You choose a hit place called the Hanging Garden. It's all vegetarian. With so many crazy food allergies going around, it seems like a safe choice. There's Mel. Hey, baby. When you get out of your ride, Mel is waiting in the shadow of the restaurant's storm shutter. You call to them and wave hello. They give you a big grin and wave back. As you cross the street, you are nervous, excited, and not paying attention. A bicycle nearly runs you over. Although he could have put you in the hospital, the cyclist has the audacity to swear at you. As he rides off, he almost gets hit by a car. Jeez. When you reach Mel, you are a little shaky from your brush with disaster. I'm glad that biker didn't clobber you. That would have been a bad start to the evening. No kidding! In any case, hello! I'm glad to be here in one piece. Hello to you too. Let's try to get through the night with no injuries. Mel looks up and down the sidewalk, scouting for other potential threats. This date is starting on a weird note. Everything is starting on a weird note, darling. You should probably say something. On other dates, you have typically taken a low-key approach to making conversation. You really want this to be different, though, so maybe it's time for something bolder. Hey there. Your stripy skin is... I'm dating a watermelon. You silently reprimand yourself. Stop overthinking it, just be real. It's great to finally meet you, and wow, you look amazing. We'll go, it's great to finally meet you. It's cool to meet you too. I feel like I haven't been out on the town in forever. Thanks for being my company tonight. You? No problem. It's great to finally... Wait, I already said that. Just ignore me. You and Mel smile and nod at each other for a few moments before Mel breaks the silence. Meeting for the first time is definitely the most awkward part of dating. I'm happy it's over with. It should be all fun from here on out. Jesus. She is really not, they. Mel is a they, them. They are very nice. Is that a promise? Only if I don't have to keep it. You kind of laugh at that, but not very hard. I said it was gonna be a weird stream and I'm gonna goddamn deliver. So, ready to go inside? Mel nods. The two of you enter the restaurant, leaving the storm-wrecked street behind. You are seated in the Hanging Garden. Looking around, you understand the restaurant's name a bit better. The cooks use produce from the gardens that hang from the ceiling. Your table is in the shadow of a squash thicket. The sexy, sexy squash thicket. Mel looks around the room, taking it all in. Their large eyes sparkle with excitement. You try making conversation. It's busy in here. You and Mel watch the people crushed into every corner of the restaurant. They are talking frantically as if to make up for the time lost in the last superstorm. Everyone must be dying to go out after the storm. I can understand that. I'm so pumped to be here. Yeah, it feels good to be out of my shelter. The storms are getting longer and more frequent. I thought the last one would never end. It's been stressing me out. Tell me about it. These days, I'm ready to have an emotional meltdown at any second. Mel sucks their lower lip. Being stuck in my shelter for a month is just terrible. I thought I liked being alone, but I'm getting really sick of it. I have some real PTSD now. Well, first of all, we all know that feel, Mel. I would say it was hard for me too. It was hard for me too. That's why I'm here. I definitely understand. The last storm really made me realize how bored and lonely I am. I made my dating profile as soon as the storm was over. I wanted to meet someone immediately. Same here. It doesn't matter whether it's a friendship or something more. I don't want to feel like I'm on an island anymore. Mel nods towards the tables packed with people. I think the whole world feels like us right about now. We're just two lonely people in a sea of lonely people. This is hitting too close to home! This is hitting too close to home! Ah! That sounds like lyrics to a song. Not a very good song. It's a good song for right now. If no one was watching, I would sing it so hard that I cried. That's a heart-rending image. Actually, I might still do it, even if someone was watching. Through the window, you see some cops breaking into parked cars. You see some cops breaking into parked cars? What the hell? You're glad you didn't drive here. One of them triumphantly holds up a phone charger he found. Dystopian. A waiter drone flitters over to take your order. I forgot that I was supposed to look at the menu. You go first, but order slow so I have time to think. You also forgot about the menu. Your eyes fall on a photo of some spicy pumpkin noodles. You impulsively choose those, but pretend to consider it, giving Mel some time. Okay, I'm ready. I'll have the melon plate. The what, Mel? The melon plate? The what? Cannibal! The waiter drone leaves. You try not to look incredulous. Should you ask? It might be rude, but you just have to know. The melon plate? I'm a little surprised. The melon plate? I'm really into melons too. What the fuck do I say? Mel's a cannibal. I don't want to be racist. I don't want to be racist. The melon plate. I'm really into melons too. You barely managed to say it with a straight face. You're cute, so I'm going to let you get away with that silly line. You smile and try to look cute. So you like melons, huh? Well, I'm a very sweet sort of melon, but I can be tangy too. Oh my god! Sounds complex. I'm intrigued. I hate this. I wonder if you're ready for it. I've got a few seeds too. That answers your questions, Humble Mite. I've got a few seeds too. I'll be insulted if you spit them out. It's so raunchy. Try me. This melon metaphor is getting confusing. Let's not keep it up all night. You and Mel both laugh. Their leg brushes yours, but neither of you pull away. I don't know if I can handle this. Do you remember the cat dating simulator? This is worse. This is somehow worse. Oh. You are distracted by a group playing a raucous drinking game at their nearby table. Mel glances over. A wistful smile quirks their mouth. I could put them all to shame. Oh yeah? Tell me more. I don't actually drink very often, but I happen to be extremely good at it. I just get as hammered as anyone else, but it doesn't slow me down. That seems dangerous. Yeah, it totally is. And I get really hungover too. Go challenge those guys. I'll carry you home. Ask me again and I'll do it. You decide not to say anything. You smile at Mel. They smile at you. They look away and drum their fingers on the table. What do you do for a living? In all your text message conversations with Mel, it's a little surprising that you didn't ask this already. However, with the superstorms regularly shutting down the economy, lots of people don't have a steady job. It's sometimes an uncomfortable subject. That's sort of complicated. I've always got a few things going. I work as a bicycle courier mostly, but I do some elder care on the side. I used to wait tables, but I got tired of the abuse. People are used to drone waiters. Most of them don't know how to be nice to a real person. Yep, real life. Mel shrugs and shakes their head. They look weary, but at a moment later they smile again. Why are you asking? Is this like an interview? I'm always open to a new opportunity. You try not to look bewildered. I'm just kidding. Unless you are serious, then I'm serious too. I could use some extra cash. I almost forgot. I also make and sell clothes. I've got this internet shop. I call it a hobby, but I need the money, so I guess it's more like a job. Well, you could tell with Mel's fashion sense. It's a good gig because I can do it even when I'm stuck in my shelter. I wondered where you got that cute outfit. That's a lot of jobs! First, we're going to compliment her outfit. We're not going to be incredulous about all the jobs. You like it? Thanks! It's always been hard to find clothes I like, so I just started making my own. That's so cool. It looks really unique. It's obvious you didn't buy it off the rack. I have to admit, I was a little worried about wearing something I made on a first date. I didn't want to look like a weirdo. Then I said to hell with it and wore it anyways. I really like Mel. I like Mel a lot. This is a Melon person. Okay. I don't like buying clothes at the store. They're all made for humans. I mean, it's not like I can't wear human clothes. Aside from my big head, I'm basically human-sized. But human clothes are for men and women. Mellows are a little bit of both, so I want clothes that represent that. Oh, cool. I like Mel even more. I never really thought about it like that. Most mellows just wear human clothes. Yeah, that's true. A lot of mellows choose a human gender. It's just easier. Not me, though. I have to be myself. Good for Mel. Good for Mel! You seem so confident. I'm kind of jealous. To prove you wrong, Mel blushes so hard that their whole body turns dark. You turn purple? You turn purple? Neat. You think so? I'm just faking it, really. Don't think I'm conceited or anything. It's not like that. It's more like you seem fearless. I like it. Really, though? You look great. The color of that shirt really brings out your red eyes. I like to think of them as scarlet, but thanks just the same. You're real sweet. I am killing it! Mel smiles a little wider, and their eyes almost glow. Now that you think about it, they really are more scarlet than red. With all your jobs, you probably don't have much time for fun. I have fun, I guess. I really like playing with my neighbor's dog, but my neighbor pays me to do that. I also enjoy tutoring my youngest sibling, although I would probably do that even if I hated it. I suppose I never really thought about it. You're making me depressed now. Whoops! Okay, no longer killing it. Mel looks at the ceiling and sighs. I didn't mean to be a drag. I'm glad you have tonight off at least. Yeah, that's true. I'm having a great time. Working 3 jobs really isn't too bad. I like staying in shape, and being a bike courier helps with that. I like being creative, and making clothes fulfills that. This probably sounds sappy, but I also like helping people. That's how I got started in elder care. Lots of old people need to help and don't have anyone to turn to. Some of them have really sad lives. It's nice to be there for them, even though they treat me like crap sometimes. Mel is a good mellow. Mel is a good mellow. You suddenly think of your elderly neighbor. You haven't seen her since the last superstorm. You wonder if she ever got those big bilge crawlers out of her waist stump. Bilge crawlers? I know what you mean. There's an old woman on my block, and I promised I would help her with something. I just realized that I never did. Mel glances sideways, flushing purple in embarrassment. I'm being a real downer. Let's talk about something else. So what do you do when you want to relax? I go on dates sometimes, obviously. Also, when I'm alone in my shelter, I like to meditate. I'm trying to develop my psychic abilities. Let's add another layer to this. Let's add some psychic abilities for some reason. Okay, Psychic Watermelon, tell me more. You search Mel's face for a clue that they are joking. You heard some mellows have special powers, but you figured it was an urban legend. Hi, Meekers. Kitty. I probably shouldn't have brought that up with someone I just met. I bet I sound totally crazy. This whole situation's crazy, baby. Don't worry about it. No, it's cool. How does it work? I can sort of read minds, I guess. I'm not very good. Want me to try it on you? Abso-fucking-lutely not! That's my inner sanctum! But... You feel weird about this, but don't want to embarrass Mel. You reply enthusiastically. Let's do it! This seems like a good way to get to know each other. Okay, clear your mind and focus on a simple thought. Try thinking about how you're feeling right now. A thought enters your mind. Mel might be crazy. I'm totally into Mel. I'm assuming she can actually read minds, so Mel's eyes roll back, and their face goes slack. Shortly after, they blush. Wow, is it getting hot in here? Killing it! I think it's just you. I'm gonna fuck this melon! You sure know how to make a person feel wanted. If I went any deeper, I might have seen something dirty. You really read my mind. I'm kind of amazed. I've never felt someone's thoughts so clearly. Maybe we've got some sort of special connection. Or maybe I'm just thinking extra hard about you. You wink. You hope it seems flirty instead of weird. Winking is always risky. Stop encouraging me. You don't want me reading your mind all the time. You'll never have any privacy again. I feel a little closer to you now. I wish you could read my mind. Then you would know what I mean. I heard some mellows were psychic, but I'm still surprised by all this. I never dated a mellow before. I had no idea what to expect. I've never been out with a human before. I'm learning some stuff too. What kind of stuff? I'm sort of ashamed to say. Now I want to know even more. Mel folds and unfolds her napkin and several times while turning purple. Lots of humans I meet are sort of condescending and snobbing. No offense. They have easy, comfortable lives and can't accept that other people don't live that way. I'm happy you're not like that. I sound like a jerk. Forget I brought this up. It's fine. I'm glad you're being real with me. It means a lot. Thanks for understanding. I don't think that I hate humans or anything. I've just had a few bad experiences. Oh, poor Mel. You're different, though. I feel really good about you. Mel leans back and looks around the restaurant. I'm also learning that people aren't used to seeing a mellow and a human together as a couple. Lots of them keep looking at us. Maybe it's because I talk loudly. They're just staring because you're so cute. They're so close-minded. It's pathetic. I don't know which one. I don't know which one I should go with, actually. I'm leaning in. I'm leaning into the flirty. They're just staring because you're so cute. You're pretty cute too. Maybe they're staring at you. Maybe we're both cute and they're wondering if we're models or actors or something. Next time someone looks over here, I'll ask if they want my autograph. We should invite them to sit with us. Be careful making jokes like that. I'll do it. I love causing trouble. That's what I like about you. You scare me a little. Suddenly, Mel stands and strides purposefully toward another group of diners. Oh, God! Oh, no! Mel is really going to ask them to join you. Just before reaching the other table, Mel turns away and heads into the restroom. Oh, my God! When Mel returns, their faces split by a huge grin. They are delighted to have startled the hell out of you. I was just messing with you. I wouldn't pull a stunt like that on a first date. Probably. You really had me worried. All bets are off on the second date, though. Suddenly, a rushing gale rattles every window in the restaurant. As the lights flicker on and off, the other diners murmur anxiously, but they settle down once the power stabilizes. Superstorm! That was kind of alarming. Totally. For a moment there, I thought another superstorm was coming. The last one just ended. Usually they're at least a month apart, but the environment is changing so fast now. It feels like anything could happen. The storms are getting worse and worse. Eventually they'll just never stop. Ugh, I wish we weren't so right. I don't think about the future much. It's overwhelming. You sigh in response. The environment is totally trashed, and no one has any clue how to fix it. Sooner or later, the economy is going to collapse, or we'll all drown in an endless storm, or some other terrible thing will happen. Can we lighten this up a bit? Can we lighten this up a bit? You sigh even harder. I don't know why I'm even talking about this. The world sucks, but at least we're together. Let it all out. I'm here to listen. I am here to listen. Thanks for being so sweet. I'll take you up on that offer when you least expect it. Someday, at 4 in the morning, you'll pick up the phone and hear me crying on the other end. I'll be sobbing so hard, you won't even know what I'm saying. But you'll have to sit here and listen anyway. I would do that for you anytime. You had better be ready to return the favor, though. No sweat. You can break down and cry right now. If anyone in here even looks at you, I'll give them hell. That's tempting. I'm ready when you are. I think I'm going to wait, though. No problem. Whenever you want, just start sobbing. She's just encouraging me to start crying in the straight-up diner. I mean, I'm into it, but oh my god. Mel folds their arms and watches your face, waiting for you to cry. Your conversation is interrupted as the waiter drone buzzes over with your food. This stuff looks awesome. Before we dig in, though, I need to establish one rule. Don't stare at me while I eat. Seriously. I can understand that. Eating in front of people is kind of embarrassing. Mel seems so comfortable with themselves, you are surprised they are shy about eating. I'm not really that insecure, it's just that mellows eat differently than humans. Maybe you didn't know that. You raise a questioning eyebrow. Instead of teeth, I've got these tendrils in my mouth. When I eat, they move around on their own. If you haven't been around a lot of mellows, you may be a little freaked out. I'm freaked out. I'm gonna pretend like I'm not freaked out, but I'm freaked out. There are more mellows than humans in this city. I should be warning you that my human teeth might freak you out. Nice. Good point. You know, for someone who doesn't know anything about mellows, you're pretty accepting. Thanks, I think. Mel smiles down at the tablecloth. You know what I mean. You nod and smile, showing your teeth. If I get anything stuck in my human teeth, you have to tell me. It's a deal. Now that's out of the way, so let's eat. You and Mel start eating. After a few moments, Mel stops, dropping their fork in surprise. Their skin turns dark. They stare at their plate of melons, mouth slightly agape. What's wrong? These aren't normal melons. You're frightened to ask Mel what they mean. Drawn to Mel's raised voice, people from other tables look over curiously. What the hell sort of place is this? These are mellow pieces! The shock on Mel's face contorts into sudden laughter. I'm kidding, I just really had you going, didn't I? Fuck off, Mel! Fuck off. Mel waves to the people staring from nearby tables. Sorry to disturb you all, I was just having some fun. You can go back to what you were doing. Fuck off, Mel! The other diners look away. A few are laughing, most are muttering. Mel is delighted. I can't believe you did that. That was incredible. In a good way or a bad way? If you're being honest, it was a little of both, so you just nod instead of answering. Sorry if I embarrassed you. I'm not sure I won't do it again, but I am really sorry. You don't have to apologize. It was pretty funny, actually. Totally. You're happier now that everyone in the restaurant is no longer staring at you. You have no idea where this night will go, but you're certain it will be wild. You and Mel continue eating and chatting. Among other things, you learn that Mel hated school but loves learning new stuff. From watching videos on the internet, they have figured out how to repair almost everything in their shelter. They also have a lot of friends but don't seem that close with any of them. That isn't too surprising. Mel strikes you as being very independent. They talk about wanting to travel more but not being able to afford it. Looking around, you suddenly realize that the crowded restaurant has quieted down. You've been there for hours. The waiter Joan conveniently drops a bill off at your table. Mel reaches for it, but you snatch it up first. Damn, I just knew you weren't going to let me pay. At least split it with me. This is my treat, I insist. Seems reasonable, let's split it then. She has requested that we split it, so we are going to split it. Thanks. I'm glad you're not being controlling about this. Yes! I want us to be equals in this relationship. Relationship! We have a relationship now? I like the sound of that. Mel turns violet. I didn't mean to say that, but I guess I already did. What I should have said was, I like being with you and I hope we do this more. A lot more. Mel looks pensively around at the now empty restaurant. I never dreamed this date would go this well. I've dated lots of people, but I never felt so close to anyone so quickly. I feel like we're moving so fast. It's a little weird, right? Don't worry about weird, Mel. Don't worry about weird at all. Maybe I should be worried. Not when the next superstorm is just around the corner. We have to make the most of the time we have. You're right. I don't know why I'm so suspicious about being happy. Meeting someone nice is hard enough already. Mel smiles, squeezing your hand in both of theirs. Thanks, I feel better about it already. Shall we go? I'm sure the staff can't wait for us to leave. As someone who once waited tables, I can tell you that you're right. Mel stands, tossing their napkin on the table. Let's be off. You and Mel leave the restaurant. It's dark, and the artificial moonlight reflecting off the smog makes everything look shiny. Mel wraps themselves around your arm and watches your face. They look fondly at you, or maybe they're just having trouble seeing in the dark. Don't make me go home. The night is still young. Let's do something else. How about a walk or dancing? Well, we're trying to get to know each other, so me personally, I would say a walk. Sounds romantic. Even if it isn't, at least it's good exercise. You and Mel set off side by side. You stroll along the aqueduct. Debris are littered everywhere from the recent superstorm. You pass some teenagers talking, drinking, and tossing chunks of concrete into the overflowing water of the aqueduct. You pass some cops searching a motorcycle. Nearby, a young Mellow stands fuming. Eventually, you pass through the gates of Duct Park. One has been battered from its hinges, and a construction drone struggles to bolt it in place. Okay. Duct Park is a popular tourist destination, and the city spends a lot of money on it. Storms have knocked down some of the trees and damaged a lot of the statuary. As you walk, you kick a smashed bird nest from the sidewalk. There are so many birds' nests and corpses scattered around. The last superstorm must have really massacred the park's bird population. Oh, I fucked up! It's late and the park is mostly deserted, but you see another couple walking by. They hold each other and look blissfully content. Tentatively, you reach toward Mel. Take their hand or put your arm around them. I would say take their hand, because when you put your arm around someone, it's kind of a controlling gesture. But taking someone's hand is like kind and very equal. You squeeze Mel's hand. Their thumb runs over each of your knuckles. I'm having a great night. I've already said that like 3 times tonight. I'm feeling a little giddy. What I'm trying to say is, thanks for being with me. You are pleasantly dazed. You don't trust yourself not to say something stupid, so you just nod. I wasn't sure about tonight. Like I said, I never dated a human before. I've gone out with lots of other people, though, including some real weirdos. Now I have to know more. Ugh, where do I even start? As Mel recollects, their face twists through a gamut of emotions. I went out with someone who insisted that I look exactly like their sibling. Ew! They showed me a photo. I guess I saw a resemblance, not really though. Gross! Apparently, we're in Alabama. Sorry, that was mean. Yeah, that's weird. What sort of nut says something like that on a first date? Totally. They kept trying to kiss me, but I avoided it. I was scared that in the heat of the moment, they would call me by their sibling's name. That's a real turnoff. You're a master of understatement. So, what about you? You've got to have some sort of dating horror story. It's been a while since I went on a date. You file through all the people you dated. You must have at least one good anecdote, but you can't think of it. When I was in school, I dated this person that was a spelling bee champion. They used all these strange words, and every time I saw a word that was more than a few syllables, they would zone out for a second as if they were spelling it in their mind. Ooh. That's sort of weird, I guess. Not really, though. You should get out more. You trip over a tire. In the bushes, In the bushes is a crushed motorcycle. The storm must have hurled it over here. Emerging from a grove of trees, you see a cement fountain in the shadow of a drainage pump. It overflows with rainwater. You sit with Mel on the fountain's edge and peer in. Coins litter the bottom. Where did all these coins come from? I can't remember the last time I carried any spare change around. Or paper money, for that matter. Do stores even take cash anymore? I doubt it. If they did, homeless people would have fished out all the money out of this fountain and spent it. Good point. It's almost like coins are made just to be thrown in fountains. Mel gazes into the water, flicking the surface with their finger. What are you thinking about? Nothing really. Actually, that's not true. I was thinking about how everyone wants their dreams to come true, but wishing in a fountain is the only chance some people have. Ooh. It's about to get deep! You laugh. It's not a happy laugh. What a depressing thought. Mel snaps from their reverie and splashes the water on your leg. You weren't supposed to see my dark half yet. I like your dark half too. I wonder. You are both quiet for a while. Thunder rumbles distantly. It could be a superstorm, but it's nowhere near here. I kind of want to make a wish. Go for it. I don't have a coin. Mel dunks their arm into the fountain, takes a coin, and gives it to you. You didn't have to do that. You're all wet now. Wishes are important. You stole that coin. Now someone else's wish won't come true. You better make your wish good then. You don't want their sacrifice to be in vain. You flip the coin into the fountain. You and Mel watch it sink. What did you wish for? If I tell you, it won't come true. I gave you the coin, so it's my wish too. You win. You could read my mind and find out anyway. I wish we could be together. I wish that all the wishes in this fountain would come true. I'm gonna say the first one because maybe the wishes in the fountain aren't necessarily good ones. We're together right now. I meant together all the time. Now that I'm saying it, I'm a little embarrassed. I knew what you meant. I was just teasing. I think it's really sweet. I hoped you would wish that. You both avert your eyes. This is working! I would have wished for the same thing. Mel leans over and kisses your cheek. It's an oddly hesitant kiss for someone who has been flirting so forwardly all night. Kiss Mel back deeply. Let's not be too forward. Kiss Mel back. You face Mel, your eyes meet, and flit away, but your lips come together. You aren't sure if you kissed Mel or Mel kissed you. Nonetheless, you're kissing. Your fingers drift along Mel's cheek. Their skin is satiny, like the underside of a flower petal. Something cool and smooth wraps behind your neck and tugs you at your earlobe. It must be Mel's hand. Their lips part, and the tendrils of their mouth brush the tip of your tongue. How romantic! You have kissed lots of people, but this is different. It's like your first kiss all over again. Maybe it's because you know Mel is someone special, or maybe it's because their mouth has the anatomy that is completely inhuman. She's Frenching us with her tendrils! I guess let's keep going. After a long, sweet moment, you pull apart. That? Instead of finishing, Mel kisses you again, deeper this time. That was nice. Your forehead rests against Mel's. Their cool breath plays over your lips. I thought so too. I am making out with a watermelon right now. This is what the channel has come to. Okle dokle. Your lips are so close, you move the slightest bit and kiss again. Bright light pierces your vision. Squinting, you see an armored silhouette behind it. The intimate moment is over. Silhouette, look what we got here! The tone is jeering. Your eyes adjust and you see a city police uniform. The light on an automatic rifle shines at Mel's stomach. What? Real dumb of two folks to be out so late. Don't you know it ain't safe? This is a stick-up. Give me your phones, jewelry, and anything you think I might want. God damn it. Mel looks more annoyed than afraid. You have heard about this kind of thing. To rebuild after the superstorms, the city needs lots of money. The police budget is one of many city services budgets that got cut. To make money and keep the force going, the police have become a criminal organization. They deny it, but they aren't trying too hard to hide it. After all, who can arrest the police? When Mel doesn't respond, the cop hefts his gun. You think this thing is a toy? Hurry it up before I start blasting! Mel shoots a strange look your way. Are they trying to tell you something? You notice that the cop is focused on Mel and hardly paying any attention to you. Since you're human, maybe he doesn't expect trouble. Take the cop by surprise. Give him your stuff. Fuck it. We're gonna die in a superstorm and a hellscape anyways. You lunge at the cop, grabbing the barrel of his gun. He sputters in surprise. Disarming an officer is a class 5 felony! I can kill you right here! As you wrestle for the gun, Mel rams their forearm into the cop's throat. He gurgles and falls, cracking his helmet on the cement bench. His body goes limp. I think we murdered someone! I think we murdered someone. I think we may have murdered someone. Your heart pounds painfully. You hurl the gun into the fountain. We need to go. Come on! Mel snatches your hand and you run. You don't slow down until the park is far behind you. Mother of God. Mother of God! We were out on a dinner date. And I think we just killed someone. You and Mel stopped next to a closed storefront. You both gasped for air. Mel's hyperventilating soon turns into laughter. I can't believe we did that. That was off the chain. Someone is dead, Mel? Your adrenaline rush ebbs away. What do you mean? You gulp more air. You gave me a look. I thought you wanted to fight. No way. I was going to run for it. What you did was way better, though. Mel is wild. You're totally brave and or totally crazy. Either way, I love it. Mel slumps weakly against you. This is working. This is working. Struck by the humor of the situation, you smile. It looks a little insane. You should see yourself. You're like a wild person. It's sort of sexy. Mel winks and cracks up again. What if that cop recorded us? The police could be looking for us right now. Get real. I doubt the cops have their cameras on when they rob people. Good point. You're surprisingly nonchalant about all this. Well, I've had some experience with cops. Oh, fuck. You wonder what that means? It might be rude to ask, but you are feeling pretty unhinged, so you go for it. What kind of experience? Mel chews their lip. Where do I even start? Cops don't really mess with humans much. Most humans have money, so cops know better than to make trouble for them. I've never thought about it like that. The cops in my neighborhood seem nice enough. You're now one of those murder couples. Now we can't break up. We both have blackmail. Yeah. I've never thought, the cops in my I rest my case. You are suddenly very aware of your own ignorance. Thank you for not thinking I'm an idiot. Mel takes your hand. Thanks for trying to understand me. I don't know a lot of humans, but I bet most of them aren't as open-minded as you. Holding hands, the two of you look into each other's eyes for a long, sweet moment. It's pretty late. We should get off the streets before we get into more trouble. I'll take you home. It's not that late. Actually, that's a good idea. Mel recites their address and you call a ride. They lean against you while you wait. When the ride arrives, the two of you slide in the back and the automated vehicle starts cruising. Headlights and glowing signs strobe as the city drifts past. In the shadowy car, you and Mel hold hands and talk quietly. The car stops, there are no streetlights here, and you can't see anything. Mel climbs out and pulls you after. Oh fuck. After the car drives off, your eyes adjust. You take in a cramped row of storm shelters. Mel leads you into one of them! I'm just gonna make myself some coffee real quick. We gonna fuck this melon. Let's do this. Here we are. It looks even worse during the day, but the price is right. I like it. I don't believe you. You stand on a crumbling slab that is probably a porch. The lights turn on in a shelter next door. Mel rolls her eyes. My neighbor watches when I come and go. I don't know if they are worried about me or just nosy. That's kind of... Let's go in for a nightcap. You are hesitant, but you are not sure why. Maybe Mel's forwardness caught you off guard. We're together, and my place is right here. Let's keep the night going. You had better not be getting shy. I'd love to. It's already the middle of the night. Why quit now? Mel reaches toward a pool of shadow that might be a door. There's a pressurized hiss, and you step into blackness. Oh, it's cute, though. The lights flicker on, casting the shelter into murky dimness. It isn't much to look at. Thankfully, I just cleaned this morning. The shelter's cramped despite having less furniture and appliances than your place. The main room serves as a bedroom, living room, and kitchen. The desk is covered with fabric scraps and sewing equipment. A bicycle hangs from a hook in the ceiling. The room is tidy because Mel doesn't own much. Cool bike. When can I move in? Cool bike is what we're going to open with, moron. You know nothing about bikes, but this one looks like it could win a race. Totally! Being a courier is my best job, so I need a good one. You spin one of the wheels. It turns silently for a long time. It looks legit. It's the most valuable thing I own. You step over to the sewing desk. This must be where you make clothes. That shows how little you know about making clothes. I just store stuff here. When I'm working, it fills the entire shelter. I spread fabric, tools, and inflatable mannequins everywhere, even in the bathroom. Why the bathroom? Mel, why the bathroom? My ignorance is showing. Mel looks around, tapping their fingers on their chin. With some more space, I could work a lot easier. You open your mouth to offer your own shelter, but stop yourself. You just met Mel tonight, and almost asked them to move in. You chastise yourself for getting so carried away. Suddenly, the floor quivers under your feet. You glance down in surprise. Just ignore that. What is it? This neighborhood is built over a hydroelectric plant. Every couple hours, the whole place shakes like that. Why do you think the rent is so cheap? The shelves rattle. I'm surprised none of your stuff is falling. Check this out. I've thought of everything. Mel taps their head and winks. Pulling a kettle from the shelf, they point beneath it. I stick magnets and Velcro under all my stuff to keep it in place. I'm impressed. You really have thought of everything. If that were true, I'd be living somewhere nicer. I try my best, though. Mel squints at the kettle in their hand. I guess I'm supposed to offer you a drink. I have tea, or do you want something harder? I feel like Mel is a give me the hard stuff kind of thing. Now you've got the right idea. Mel takes a bottle of milky green liquid from a cupboard. Is it like watermelon stuff or what? How about some melon wine? Sounds good, but don't try to prank me like that, like what you did at the restaurant. Come on, that was hilarious. You won't trick me a second time. Mel fills 2 glasses to the brim and hands you one. Cheers. Sitting together on the sofa, you sip the wine. You're right, this is good. It has lots of bite too. Mel wasn't kidding. After a few swallows, you feel tingly. Wine shouldn't be this strong. After another glass and more talk, you are completely relaxed. Your eyes are shining. Yours too. I'm just happy. I'm happy, but also buzzed. There's something I want to ask. Here we go. You wait for Mel to ask. Of all the dating profiles on the internet, why did you choose mine? Is this a trick question? No way, there's no wrong answer. I hope you're right. Mel rolls their eyes. Just answer the question. Your picture was really sexy. Your profile was the only one that didn't say likes to have fun. Both kind of suck. Both of these kind of suck. But I'm gonna go with the profile one because it means that I read the profile and didn't go for looks alone. See my logic. Oh my god, don't you hate that? It's so stupid. Everyone likes to have fun. Well, actually, I hate having fun, but I know enough to lie about it on my dating profile. No way, you're plenty of fun. It's a laid-back sort of fun, though. I'm just balancing out your sort of fun. Someone has to. I really do hate those boring dating profiles, though. You don't even remember what your profile says. You wonder if it's boring. Probably. I can tell. If I remember right, yours said something like, "Why do I even have to write this? It's so pointless. If you're cool, let's hang out." Not exactly, but you got the spirit of it. It sounds silly when you say it out loud, though. I liked it. I sent you a message, didn't I? Then I guess my profile did the trick. I don't regret only spending 3 minutes on it. It did have a lot of typos, though. There is a moment of contented silence. You hear someone shouting next door. Don't worry about them. They are just yelling at the TV. It happens all the time. You listen, trying to decide whether they are shouting at a basketball game or a political debate. Mel tugs at their collar. I'm going to change. I'll look through all your stuff while you're gone. Go slow. I don't have much. The watermelon person is now putting on a negligee. Good thing I set this Twitch channel as 18 and over. Mel pulls clothes from a wardrobe and goes into the only other room in the shelter. It must be the bathroom. You listen to them humming over the sound of the fan. They don't carry a tune very well. You pick up a digital picture frame and flip through it. Unsurprisingly, you don't recognize most of the people. They are probably Mel's siblings. There's a photo of Mel slugging rum from a bottle and making a thumbs-up gesture. The bathroom door opens and you quickly set the picture frame down. You doubt Mel would care, but you still feel self-conscious about snooping. Is this a negligee? Mel looks comfortable in their beaded silk pajamas. No doubt they made them themselves. Those are cute. I'm sorry, you don't have any other clothes. Want to borrow some of mine? I'm okay. These aren't even my cutest ones. I could make you look totally adorable. It's tempting, but no thanks, really. Mel sits on the sofa again. They are much closer than before, and their hip is pressed against yours. I think I know where this is going. I have an idea. What's that? How about I read your mind again? You think about it. If you don't, sure, why not? Sweet. Mel turns to face you while sitting cross-legged. Their face is really close. Okay, get ready. I think I am. I won't know until it happens. Mel's eyes look into yours before drifting close. They lean a little farther toward you. You are kind of nervous and your mind is a jumble, but one thought rises to the surface. I'm so happy I met Mel, or Mel looks stunning right now. Okay, I think I'm reading these signals right. I think I know where Mel wants this to go, and I think I'll get my character to go there too. Mel looks stunning right now. Mel moves even closer. Their breath tickles your lips. You close the gap and kiss. You are a little drunk, and the kiss is sloppy and demanding. Mel wraps you in their arms. Your body feels loose. You and Mel meld together. Oh, God. Humble Knight, look away! You stay that way until Mel kisses you again, harder this time. Please stop just short of where you're planning on going, video game. You pull them against you. Suddenly both of you are tense and breathless. Mel is halfway. Stop! 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 Mel is halfway on top of you, stroking your back as your tongue probes behind their lips. Been waiting for— Oh my God! Humblemite, I'm gonna go ahead and skip ahead on a few of these prompts. Because this is Twitch. I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit, and I'll catch up with you in a sec. I'll react verbally, but I'm not gonna show you what's on the screen because I don't fucking know what's about to be on the screen. So, you know. Alright. Oh my gosh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. You slept terribly last night. Mel's sofa is an awful bed, especially for 2 people. You woke up several times as the neighborhood hydroelectric plant rattled the whole shelter. But spending the night with Mel was worth it. It's late morning when you both climb out of bed. The rain stopped, you are relieved it wasn't a superstorm, but it's a reminder that you and Mel don't have any time to waste. Another superstorm might happen any time. Until it does, you need to take advantage of every moment you have together. Before you leave, you make plans to meet again tomorrow. As you kiss Mel goodbye, you wonder if tomorrow is soon enough. You and Mel have a wonderful romance. For months, you see each other almost every day. You share love, laughter, friendship, and passion. You are so into one another that it's a little obsessive. Your friends and family get worried. When the next superstorm comes, you and Mel are already living with each other. During the storm, living in isolation together causes some conflicts. Sometimes you fight about money. Sometimes it's about personal space. But you always work it out with a frank discussion or a hot night. You make great partners and lovers. Your friends and family are wary of Mel. Maybe they are prejudiced against Mellows, or maybe they're jealous because Mel is so awesome. But after a year of you and Mel being a couple, they become more welcoming. Now they joke about how perfect you are for each other. It's kind of embarrassing, but they are right. You and Mel belong together. The end! I was like, we're gonna seduce a melon! Ha ha ha! And then we seduced a melon! After killing someone. What the hell? Hello, I'm Andy, the person who made this game. Shame! Sinner! I'm sorry that I'm not as cute as Mel. You're perfectly cute, Andy. Shame. In any case, thanks so much for playing Superstorm Melon Date. I hope it fills you with love. I blushed the entire time. Thank you so much for that. Please remember to write a review. It means a lot. If you have any comments or bug reports, drop me a line at willelectrics@gmail.com. I'm going to drop you a line. I don't know, I thought it'd be like, you kiss Mel goodnight and she leads you inside, and then we would skip. And then we would skip a whole chunk of information. And we would skip the whole chunk of information. But instead I was just like, intermission time! Ugh. I didn't want to play it through before I went on stream with it because I wanted it to be real. See you next time. Mel is out there waiting for you. Andy. 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 Okay. Let me go ahead and set up the next game.